week from next week. So, we're going to be Mr. Incredible today. Math is math. Okay? Anywho. Alright, so remember, you got a test coming up. Whoa, that didn't really work for me. That should be like up here. Alright, so we're just going to dive right into it. So if I had an equation, like let's say I had the equation 3y minus 2 equals y. What would you do to solve that? Okay, we could subtract y from both sides, add 2 to both sides, or subtract 3y from both sides. But what are we really, so in the abstract world now, what are you trying to do? Get y all by itself. Get your variable all by itself. Okay? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get variable equals number, or number equals variable. Right? Okay? Today, your variable in that scenario are cosine, I'll just say of theta, sine of theta, and tangent of theta. Those are your 3 variables that you get to choose from. Okay? So with trig equations, now instead of making it be variable equals number or number equals variable, we want it to be cosine equals something, sine equals something, tangent equals something, or some combination of that. Okay? So that's what we're thinking. So when here in number 1, when I say 3 cosine of x minus 2 equals cosine, I'm going to subtract, just as if we were up here, we would subtract 3y from both sides. We could do the adding one, we could flippity floppity sides with them, but we're good enough. We can do subtract 3 cosine from both sides. So then that gives me negative 2 equals negative 2 cosine of x. Yes, ma'am. It is. That's why I went 3 minus 3 whole cosines. Yep. It's just like, so like in that other one, how we subtracted 3y. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? The coefficient comes along with it. Yep. Okay. Now what would we do? Divide by negative 2. So we would divide both sides here by negative 2. So then that's going to give me 1 equals cosine of x. Do you agree with me on that? Okay. So once I have that, now what I do is I go to my first lap of the unit circle. So I'm looking first lap of the unit circle, and I'm going inclusive on 0, and I'm going exclusive on 2 pi, so that we don't have to double up with those, because those are at the same point. Okay? So first lap of the unit circle is cosine x or is cosine y? Cosine is x's on the unit circle. So I'm looking where any x value or any cosine value is equal to 1. Do I have one right off the start? Yep, I got one at 0. So 0 radians would be an answer. Are there any other ones? But is that equal to 1? So that's a no. But 2 pi is exclusive. So no. So that's it then, right? Okay. So the answer to this trig equation is just 0 radians. I'm waiting for the light bulb. No? Okay. Let's try another one. We'll see if the light bulb comes on. Okay? All right, let's try this one. How would you go about solving this one for cosine? Subtract cosine from both sides? And subtract the 2? We're smart enough, we can do that all at the same time. That's going to give me 2 cosine of x equals -1. Agree with me on that? Okay. Divide by 2. That's going to give me cosine of x equals -1/2. Yes? Okay. First lap, unit circle, where is cosine -1/2? 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. So those would both be the answers to this trig equation. Did the light bulb go on now finally? Everybody else with me? All right. Let's do these then. I don't think there's any more down here. Ooh, snapple apple. Oh. You like the other? Can we go back to the other page? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Now it looks better. All right. So I got 2 terms, right? They each have what in them? No. What do they each have in it? They each have tangent in it, right? Yeah, so we can factor out a tangent. Yeah, dropped that F word again, didn't I? Right? Let me go to a little side note think box. Okay? So if I go over here to my side note think box and I say 3xy minus y equals 0. Right? Factor out a y first, right? Okay? So we would have y times 3x minus 1 equals 0. Right? How would you go about solving this one then? Like in the purple. I shouldn't say how would you go about solving. What would you do next? What do you got? Can't divide because if we divide, we lose factors. Bad maths. Let me bring it down. Oh, you can set it equal. Not equal to each other, no. It's close though. No, you can solve it right now. I can tell you right now that y equals 0 and x equals 1/3. Set what? Set what? Equal to 0. I don't know what it is. not y and x, because x is 1/3.
The X equals
Nope, because x equals 1/3.
Set y equals 0.
Yeah, that gets, but that only gets me one of them.
Well, then you set y equals 0, then you find the x.
No, I already found x. X is 1/3.
How we don't know that we found it. It's just
Nope, nope,
You said Y and X.
nope, because x is 1/3.
how do we know that x is 1/3?
Because I know how to do my math.
We don't know how.
This is algebra. Give it to me, D.
No, wait. That's
Okay. Oh, I thought you had it. Give it to me.
Like absolute value?
Nope.
Do 3x minus 1 equals 0, and then whatever you get in that.
No, no, no,
Oh
no.
my god.
No, you were so there. You were so there.
3x
Oh, wait,
minus
can you
1
bring
equals
the
0, and then
Can't you-
y also equals 0.
Because you set the f,
equal to 0.
the
Fact
factors
equal to 0.
equal to 0. Yes. You guys have always done it when it was like this. You always had a parenthesis and a parenthesis and equals 0, and then you set this parenthesis equal to 0, and you set that parenthesis equal to 0, and you solved it.
That took a lot of brain.
I just did it here because we got two different variables going on here, because we got a cosine and a tangent. Okay? This one? No, I made it off of this one. I just didn't use square root of 2. No, it's real. It's right there. I see it. Okay? So over here, you would say y equals 0, and then you would say 3x minus 1 equals 0. And then you'd go through and you'd solve that one. Right? Okay? So over here, you're going to say tangent equals 0. And you're going to say the square root of 2 times cosine minus 1 equals 0. Do I have any solving to do in my left one? Nope, done. Solved it. Okay? So where is tangent equal to 0? At 0? You sure?
Oh,
Nope. 3 pi over 2 is undefined.
at pi.
At pi. So this one gives me solutions of 0 and pi. Sine over cosine. Y over x is tangent. So y has to be 0 in order for the tangent to be 0. So it's at 0 and at pi. Okay? How am I going to solve this next one? Add 1 to both sides. Then, divide both sides by square root of 2. 1 over the square root of 2. Do I like 1 over the square root of 2? Why not? Because we're on the unit circle, right? So we need to rationalize that denominator. So I'm going to go square root of 2, square root of 2. That's going to give me the square root of 2 over 2, where first lap of the unit circle is cosine equal to the square root of 2 over the square root of 2.
Pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4.
Pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. This simpleton trig equation has 4 answers. Okay? The old rules of degree tells you how many answers you're going to get. That doesn't work in trig equation. Okay? Four cosine squared of x minus 3 equals 0. We need to solve. What do you got? what if this were, again, let's think box it, if this were 4y squared minus 3 equals 0. What would you do first? I'd add 3 too. Then what would you do? Divide by 4. I don't know, you tell me. I think we can too. Left side, what do I get? Cosine of x. Now, we'll see who was paying attention in the algebra unit from way back at the beginning of the unit. It's what? No.
No, but the square root doesn't go into 3.
Isn't 9 over 16? You can square root 4. Yeah, what?
100% you can square root 3 and you can square root 4. Love it. But the answer is not square root 3 over 2.
Plus or minus.
Oh, the answer
Plus
is
or minus the square root 2 because we're solving and we're taking a square root. We had got to add that plus or minus. If we don't add that plus or minus, we're only giving half of the answers. Okay? Is that where cosine's all equal to the square root of 3 over 2? Yep. So it's at, so when it's positive, cosine is at pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. When it's negative, it's at 5 pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6. So all 4 of those are your answers. If you forget the plus or minus, you're just going to give me the top row. And again, you only have half of the
you have to write
It's kind of whatever. We will only be on the unit circle.
you have to write
I would actually prefer it written out in order. So like pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6. Like you said.
So we don't have to write the plus.
No.
The arrow.
No. Let's do this. You know what? I'm so confident in you guys. I'm gonna let you guys try this one. What part don't I like? Well, the part that I don't really like is the fact that we have sine and cosine. So is there any way that we could get one trig value or one trig function? What thing? So we could change the sine squared of x into 1 minus cosine squared of x.
You did exchange square root 2 column. You can factor that.
Right?
I think
Now we can distribute. So now we get 2 cosine squared of x plus 3 cosine of x minus 1 equals 0, right? Do I like that equation? I don't really like it yet, though.
I don't want that to negative.
Me too. So what can we do to get rid of that negative on the 2?
Just multiply by negative 1.
Multiply everything by negative 1?
Just change all the time.
Yep. We ready for our think bar? Okay. What if this were 2y squared minus 3y plus 1 equals 0? I multiplied everything by -1 because Sadie said she didn't like this one. Oh, before that? Because 2 minus 3 is -1. I combined my like terms. Everyone's what? Am I good at math now again? Okay, thanks. Went from getting called bad at math to being a genius at math in the span of like 7 minutes.
2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. X minus
What did you do? So double parentheses, butt cheek factoring? Yeah. What did you put in your first one? 2 cosine of x. And then what did you put in this one? Cosine of x. And then these have to both be 1s, right? Both minuses. Yep, because it's -3x. Okay. So then we say 2 cosine of x minus 1 equals 0. So 2 cosine of x equals 1. So cosine of x equals 1/2. Then we say cosine of x minus 1 equals 0. We say cosine of x equals 1. Okay? Unit circle. Where is cosine 1/2? Unit circle, where is cosine equal to 1? It's not the trig that gets you. The algebra. That dreaded factoring. Okay? Go for it. What? No, there's one more. I see it, number 7.
Did you use the?
It's actually pretty easy to put into words.
Oh, sorry about that.
I know, I'm just going to finish the problem and then show you how easy it is.
Did something.
Is it 2 and 2? No.
I did 3 and 2.
Wait, is it multiplied for those?
I did 3 and 2.
These two multiply to get to be that one, and then I need what multiplies to be 4.
I did -4 and 1. I did 3.
Oh yeah, there we go. Here we go. We got 4 here
Yeah. 4
and 1 there. Yep.
And
Yep, there it is. And then we're gonna go -4 and +1.
Jake, do you have the factor?
Yep. Okay.
Is that off the unit?
Well, it's not on the unit circle.
Yeah.
What and what? What about sine?
Oh, but so it's.
What? Sine can't be greater than 1. Sine, the values of sine have to be in between -1 and +1. We found that out back in the Ophiosophies a couple of months ago. Okay? So that's not even it, because 4/3 is 1.3 repeating, right? So that one doesn't give me any answers. It just gets thrown out. It's called an extraneous solution. Okay? We get nothing out of that one. You want the answer to be pi over 6. However, it's not because it's 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. Joey, you just got want from the back.
That's like when they least favorite saying.
So you like that?
Would you prefer the want?
Or you like that she's at a brutal attack against you?
It honestly is.
Okay. Everybody good on that one? Yeah. All right, let's do this last one. This one will be the last one, I promise.
There's not too many numbers.
I like to start at the start. What did you do first? Love it. Okay, so I would agree that this becomes 3 over cosine of x minus cosine of x equals 2. Is everybody with me on that first step?
Yes.
Then, after that, I saw, let's see, there's 4, 5, 10, 15, 16. Then I saw 16 different paths go out from here. Okay? All right? What's the easiest path?
Cosine squared.
Nope.
Is that correct?
What? Even easier than that. I'm going to multiply every term by cosine.
Yes.
No, not common denominators. No. I'm multiplying both sides by cosine.
Get rid of 3.
So then, that gives me 3 minus cosine squared equals 2 cosine.
So then you can factor it.
No, I can't factor it.
You can't factor cosine squared minus.
I got to get it equal to 0 first. So which way do we want to move stuff? We want to move stuff to the right. Okay? So I'm going to subtract 3 and add cosine squared. That's going to give me 0 equals cosine squared plus 2 cosine minus 3. Now I can factor. Two numbers that multiply together to be negative 3 and add to be positive 2. Then I can say is cosine ever equal to negative 3? No, gotta be in that 0, or excuse me, negative 1 to positive 1 range. First left unit circle, where is cosine equal to 1?
0.
Nope. Not inclusive on 2 pi. Inclusive on 0, exclusive on 2 pi. Okay? Back to the start. You guys, a bunch of people had said that they did this. So from here, you went and you got yourself common denominator. So you had 3 over cosine of x minus cosine squared of x over cosine of x. And that equals 2. Then you went 3 minus cosine squared of x all over cosine of x equals 2. Right? Where do we go from there?
You multiply by.
Now you'd multiply by cosine, and you'd get 3. You would be there. Okay? Nowhere in there can you go 1 minus cosine squared is sine squared. Okay? Because there's that 3 in it.
Sometimes that.
Okay? You now have enough information to start the third side, the third page, the solving practice page in your blue packet. I believe it is labeled 5.1 solving trig equations practice.